Hello and welcome. My name is Jaden, and today, as you obviously know since you clicked on this video, we'll be talking about stakeholder management. First, to understand what stakeholder management is, let's ask the basic questions of what, why, how, and who. So, what is stakeholder management? Stakeholder management is an important activity that is used to gain mutual understanding between all the involved parties on all the objectives and expectations put forth by everyone. It aids in developing a concept that will gain support from all the interested and affected parties, enhancing the likelihood of a successful outcome of the project being undertaken. It is the process of maintaining good relationships with people who have the most impact in our work. Communicating with each person involved in the right way is what keeps people on board and the project running. It also explains how to identify key stakeholders and how to assess their power, influence, and interests. As a project manager, you can do a great job of leading a team to achieve a goal, but without the support of project stakeholders, the project still won't succeed. Now that we know what stakeholder management is, our next question is, who is a stakeholder? A stakeholder has a vested interest in a company and can either affect or be affected by business operations and said business's performance. Typical stakeholders are investors, employees, customers, suppliers, communities, governments, or trade associations. Basically, anyone who is interested in the company, be it employee or partner or investor. Typically, there are 6 types of stakeholders. They are customers, employees, investors, suppliers and vendors, communities, and governments. Now that we know the what's and who's of stakeholder management, it's time to ask why. Why is stakeholder management necessary? Stakeholder management is important because it is the lifeblood of effective project relationships. These needs involve establishing a sound relationship, feeling trusted and relevant, and understanding how their work is contributing to successfully meet project objectives. It is an important activity that is used to gain mutual understanding of the objectives and expectations of all parties. It aids in developing a concept that will gain support from all the interested and affected parties, enhancing the likelihood of a successful outcome. Stakeholders can often make or break a project despite knowing the fact they are often overlooked in the relentless pursuit of project tasks. Stakeholder management is the process by which you organize, monitor, and improve your relationships with stakeholders and involves keeping track of a lot of factors like systematically identifying stakeholders, analyzing their needs and expectations, and planning and implementing various tasks to engage with them, without which the project won't be able to commence smoothly. At its core, stakeholder management is the ability to create and maintain positive relationships through the appropriate management of individual needs, wants, and expectations, without which a proper project will fall into the hands of chaos. Now for the final question, how? How does the process of stakeholder management work? Normally, it follows the 4 C's of stakeholder management, which are customer, cost, competition, and capabilities. Within the first segment, the focus lies on the customer of the company. It is important to realize that the customer of the firm is not necessarily the end customer who buys the product. The second part of the analysis should focus on the competition. It is important to understand the market position of the competitors as well as how the competition differentiates itself from the client's company. To identify the competition, we must focus on competitive position portrayed through the share and relative share of the market, growth of last year's and expected growth, fragmentation, which is the production of common parts rather than the finished goods, performance, for example, profitability, relativity to us, etc., dynamics of new entrants and other trends. Moving to the third dimension, cost. The view changes from an external to an internal view here. We compare our client's cost structure with the competition's cost structure and try to reduce our costs if certain components of the competition costs are lower. The fourth and last area deals with capabilities. If we have a better understanding of the resources of a company, we are able to judge more precisely what kind of strategies a company can apply to boost its performance. Furthermore, we can decide if a company should rather make something by itself, organic, or buy competencies from outside, inorganic, example, buying a new firm. Following are some examples of the company's capabilities. Core competencies, human resources, technology, value for the customers, financial resources. But there are also 4 simple steps to follow to know how to go about stakeholder management, and they are: identify stakeholders, study stakeholders, prioritize stakeholders, contact stakeholders. Once your stakeholders have been identified, researched, and prioritized, the final step is to make contact to explore their interests in a potential collaboration, which will in turn benefit your project and make your work easier. That's all for today. Hope this was helpful. To know more about project management and stakeholder management, do check out the link in our description. Have a lovely day, and until next time.